what would you say is important when you're in university? Because I know that many times people come from like rural areas, particularly a lot of previously disadvantaged groups. They come from rural areas, come from disadvantaged places, and they go into university. And most people, or at least a good number, focus on just getting good grades. But I don't think that's sustainable or healthy. What would you recommend to a person that's going into university? What type of character do you think is important, or what should they be involved in?
I think you should not go in there with the mentality that you'll do it alone and you'll succeed alone.
Okay.
Especially because the next, like, varsity is a bridge between childhood you and work.
Sure.
Right. So what's going to happen when you get to work? You kind of need to start thinking about things like that.
Yeah.
You're going to work in teams. You're going to work like with people all over, right?
Sure.
So you need to start looking at yourself within a group dynamic, and you need to constantly, make group dynamics work.
Okay.
I hated group work. It was the most difficult thing that I had to do.
Were you
in
those
varsity.
people that sit at the back and we do work for them?
No.
Okay.
No. I actually liked
To do the actual
do the
work.
work.
Okay.
but I was the one doing the work.
Oh, okay. Oh, I know
So I'm the bullied.
Okay.
But I hated group work, and I hated it because we come from environments where it was easier to just do your own work, submit it, you get a good
And keep
grade.
it moving.
Right. But in varsity, for you to pass, you kind of now need to work with 5 other people, and they stand in the way of you passing or failing.
Yes.
So how do you then convert that dynamic to take leadership?
Yes.
So that's where things such as leadership so if your group is not doing well, you can take onus and say, listen, guys, these are the things we need. You do this, you do this, you
Sure.
do this, right?
Okay.
So get people to work together if it's not a like functioning group. So take leadership from there. But you need to make group dynamics work.
Okay.
You need to get mentorship.
Okay.
That's something that I learned when I got into corporate, that mentorship is a thing.
It is important.
And I think sometimes you need to be mentored when you're a lot younger, because
Yeah.
the moment you start the cycle of earning a salary and paying for stuff, it becomes late for you to leave.
Sure.
Right?
Or
If
even
you've made the
learn.
wrong if you've made the wrong decision. So I think mentorship throughout your varsity journey is super important. You might do things a lot differently if you have that level of mentorship. I didn't. I wish I did.
Yeah.
In hindsight, but I think mentorship, working in groups
Yeah.
and making them work, I think those are the 2 key things. And date someone.
Jolani. Eskoleni Jolani.
Yeah.
So yeah, I really love that. But just to also add on, I think it's very, very important to be part of societies.
Yeah.
Don't be in a shell. Play sports. I love that you said you play rugby. I don't know if you did it at uni level.
I did.
Those things make you seen and known. Sometimes you don't get jobs because of your CVs. You get jobs because somebody knows you are playing soccer, and somebody thinks you're of good character, and somebody thinks you're fitting for the job. So put yourself out there. Do something.
Yeah.
Then now let's go into, you've done your political degree and stuff like that, but now you're going into the workplace. Where do you work? Where do you get your job, your first job?
Yeah. So my first company was a company called Dimension Data.
Okay.
And I can mention them because they kind of started this whole journey for me.
Yes.
And it was a graduate program
Okay.
in the IT space.
Okay. How did you apply for that?
I knew a guy.
Okay. Talking to people.
So yes. Actually, it's another thing, right? You think you're not seen at school. I'm not the loudest guy.
Sure.
Right. But when I speak, I actually kind of get heard. So I went to class with this guy.
Sure.
I thought he
Didn't care
never
for you.
recognized
Yeah.
me. But then he then didn't do his honors. I did mine. He went to Dimension Data. He got hired there. The next year, he calls me and says, dude, there's a graduate program and I think you'd be a great fit
Sure.
for it. And then I'm like, really? And then he's
Too
like,
good to be true. That's young scam.
and then he's like, yeah, come through.
Okay.
So I then went. I was in Porch.
Okay.
Graduate program is in Joburg, so I
had to
needed to do interviews and all of that. I was like, I don't know how I'll get there, but I will. I got there. Then we did the whole process. The recruitment lady loved me, and I didn't even say anything. I just,
you've got
engaged with
charisma.
people.
Yeah.
Engaged with people. So that started my career, and I started there just like doing anything. So the graduate program starts you off, you work in different parts of the business, and then in your second year, you now get into like
a specialized department.
A specialized role.
Okay.
And that's when my sales career started.
Okay.
Right. And because I studied politics, my first manager said to me, dude, I would like for you to look after the public sector.
Okay.
And I was like, this sounds racist. Because in my mind, I'm like, but you know what? I think that was probably like the biggest move for me. And it was not even racist. I think it was just
he saw your potential. He saw your character.
He actually did, and he got the best out of me.
Sure.
And then he left the company, and my learning was still like I was far. Like I was 23 at this time.
Okay.
So I still had a lot to learn.
Sure.
It's a specialized industry. Sales, there is no study for sales.
Yeah.
But you can learn how to become a good salesperson.
Sure.
So you can't study sales in varsity. So obviously I had a long way to go in terms of learning. Mind you, my colleagues they've been in the sales space for like 15, 20 years.
Sure.
So I'm coming in and I know
like a baby,
nothing.
you don't know anything.
I know nothing. It was both the most amazing because I made a lot of money when I was young.
Sure.
But the most frustrating because I didn't know how I was making the money. Right. It was probably the most difficult time of my life.
Sure.
Because I was
you didn't have control.
I didn't have control. The whole imposter syndrome thing, it was massive for me because I'm in a space where I shouldn't be.
Yes.
And I know I shouldn't be.
Yes.
But the potential is seen. And how do I unlock it? I couldn't leverage mentorships.
Okay.
Because I didn't know how to deal with mentorships. Sure. I didn't know what is expected of me. I didn't know what I should expect from my mentors. Okay. So I had a few failed mentorship relationships. And I think since then, only probably 3 years ago, I actually started being
you found your
flipping
feet.
Amazing at my craft. And that just took, in hindsight, patience and understanding that everyone else that you work with started exactly there.
Like you.
They make you feel like crap right now because... they think you don't deserve to be there. I had it a lot easier versus them. They'll tell you they had to sell things on the side of the road.
Yes.
I didn't.
Yes.
It's a new era of laptops and calling people. So that was the most frustrating time of my life.
I hear you say you were not qualified for the graduate program. What were the requirements for that graduate program? Was it like specialized to certain qualifications, or it was a thing of, okay, as long as you're done with matric, apply? As long as you're done with the degree, varsity, apply?
They wanted to, you at least have some, IT background. Yeah, so I just said politics.
You know what? I think it also goes back to saying apply, because sometimes there's so much that paper can say. I could stand here and say, I'm an attorney by profession, but until you speak to me and then you realize, oh, she's a creative, oh, she's a teacher, and all of that. So sometimes I think it's very important, don't limit yourself or block yourself because you feel like they're looking for particular people. Put your step forward and you never know, you might be selected, okay? To a person that is looking for a job out there and they're considering going into sales, okay, before that, what's the most mundane thing you've ever had to sell where you're like, mo, ke tla laka batho?
It was like internet.
Internet.
Or
So
fiber.
you were selling
I was
internet. You're
literally
selling.
selling the internet.
Okay.
And
You
was
just
like,
it's not make sure, but you sold it anyway.
I can't say a lot more, but yeah, it was giving.
Ungiscamile. Ke batla tjhelete ya ka. Anyway, to a person searching for a job at home, what would you say to them?
I mean, just believe in your skill.
Okay.
Within you, there is a skill, and you can. You just need to sell it.
Okay.
Right. I think a lot of times people want to sell their qualifications. I think move away from that.
Sell your skill.
Sell your skill, sell the value you bring
Sure.
to any business. Businesses are looking for value.
Okay.
Not quite well. They also need qualifications, but it's more they hardly hire you based on qualifications. It's more value you bring to the team.
Okay.
Are you a team player? Are you gonna be bringing the vibe, and they call it gees? Are you gonna be bringing that? Are you gonna gel the business?
Sure.
Are you a positive influence in the business? Are you like creative thinking? Sell yourself from a skills perspective.
Okay.
And don't lead with, especially in my space.
Okay.
Lead with the value you bring, not so much your qualification.
Okay. So find your skill, craft it, make it better, and excel in it, then sell it.
100%.
Okay, cool.
100%.
And then last one. What is the season of your life in terms of your career? Oh, your life in general. Like, what would you name this season?
Oh.
Why you look at your wife like,
So, it's funny because every season for me has been like, just make bad decisions season. So bad decisions, I mean, I've always been too careful, like too cautious, kind of, put family first, put everyone else. So it's kind of make bad decisions.
So it's like carefree.
I just want to travel. So like by bad decisions, I guess in this case, it would be just pay for the trips, right? And travel. I've never been overseas. So I think this is for me, travel and health.
Okay.
Yeah.
Travel and health. I love that. It's very important to be healthy in this era.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for honoring my invite. And it's so interesting how you ended up here. But the chat for outside cameras. Thank you everybody at home for watching. I hope you're inspired and I hope you learned something. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and comment. And always remember, you are not alone. You are gracefully anchored. Happy Employment Wednesdays.